I'm Marie and I'm the CEO and founder of LS Productions. We're the largest UK service production company and we work across projects across stills and film. And this is Sarah, our exec producer, and she heads up our team of 20 people. We've got 4 offices in the UK, in Edinburgh, Manchester, London, and we've also got one in New York. We work on a variety of projects, right from fashion editorial through to TV commercial, and as a production services company, we often work with high-profile talent. Our in-house service is a very bespoke service. We have a large location in-house database with over 6,000 UK locations that we marry with our production services, both from our in-house team and with a large family of freelancers. We work with the best to make the best, and our production knowledge and expertise helps us produce work for clients, brands and agencies like this. We produce about 70 commercials and projects a year, and many times we get the chance to work with high-profile talent. This brings lots of challenges and considerations. In fact, every shoot we do brings its own challenges and considerations. But we're lucky enough to work with a wide variety of footballers and musicians, supermodels, celebrity A-listers, and it gives us a huge amount to think about. And we've got a little short clip that'll give you an idea of some of the work that we do, and then I'm going to hand over to Sarah, who'll tell you a bit more about how we do it.
I'll just start by saying this is way more terrifying than working with any of those people that you see on screen. Yeah, so we're lucky enough to work with amazing people. We've thrown Michael B. Jordan out of a helicopter. We've hung Harry Styles from a helicopter for 3 days over the Isle of Skye. We've chucked Ben Stiller out of a plane as well. And we get to work with footballers and models. We've also trekked with Kate Winslet over some mountains. With that comes obviously a lot of kind of technical challenges. Marie touched on the fact that we've got a location database of about 6,000 locations. What we try to do is marry up the creative with the locations and the logistics, making a really kind of slick package. We work in we try and isolate our locations as much as we can, especially when we're working with high-profile people, whether it be a shoot and stay location. For Florence and the Machine, we worked on a tiny little island in Scotland where they stayed for a week and just kind of like immersed themselves in the island, and it comes across in the video that they stayed there kind of before, during and after the shoot. We have shoot and stay properties where the entourage can stay in a lovely stately home, and we can shoot in a loch or a forest or whatever it might be in one small space, basically to maximise what you can do in your shooting day and shooting time without having to do big unit moves, no paparazzi, that kind of thing. There's obviously quite a lot of technical elements to it, so we surround ourselves with the best people, whether it be helicopter pilots, safety, you know, the insurances and all the kind of boring stuff that goes with these kind of challenging shoots. We're lucky enough to be to know the safety team who worked with Barack Obama when he did the Alaska program for Running Wild. So when we were kind of tasked with doing some of the other more challenging things, we've basically got that team, so we're able to say on the conference call, yeah, it's cool, we know the guys that have worked with Barack Obama, and it kind of lets people know that that they're in very safe hands. We work with a lot of football talent, whether it's football managers or footballers, and one of the main challenges with that is the limited time that you've got, a bit like this speech, 7 minutes. So you get a footballer for maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours at the absolute maximum. So what we have to do on those occasions is make sure that everything's as slick as possible. We've already prepped, worked with a body double, pre-lit. Everything has to be like clockwork. So the minute that footballer arrives on set, you're ready to shoot, ready to go, and everyone can get their assets. Often with those shoots, there are people who want stills behind the scenes, a TV commercial, all within that tiny little amount of time. So you have to make sure that you can schedule so the stills people can get their piece of the meat, and everyone else can can do the same. On the location side with that, we have to make sure that there's loads of different aesthetics within the one place, even if it's a studio or a bar. So different backdrops, you can just turn the camera and shoot that way. For stills, you can do this from behind the scenes, whatever it might be. So we have to be really clever with the way that we shoot. There's also, as well as the serious stuff of insurance and health and safety, we always make sure that our talent have the best service. So whether it's champagne and oysters at 10 o'clock in the morning, or a nice tartan blanket or whiskey or whatever, we make sure that they're as comfortable and safe as they can be and have a great experience with us, as well as being able to do the really challenging sort of technical stuff. So we kind of marry the two of those things together very well.
I think as a company, it's our job to be as adaptable and flexible as we can. So I think prep work is absolutely paramount. We need more prep time than we ever can actually get. But, you know, if we're as planned as possible, it really helps the outcome of the shoot. But we also need about 5 or 6 plan A, plan B, plan C, because things change constantly. So while we have to be really well prepared, we also have to be adaptable and flexible and make sure we can make those changes as we needed. I think we have a very simple concept at LS, which is just be really nice to people. We have a company motto, which is don't be a dick. And if you treat people nicely, usually good things will happen. And we worked really hard to do that, and we're really proud to have worked across these projects.
That's it.
That was on there.
Our time's up.